welcome back to my channel. My name is Selenia for those who do not know, and in today's video I have a apartment tour here in Houston, Texas. So I'm sure you guys have, I'm not sure, but if you guys have seen my videos before, like that are popping up on YouTube, they're apartment hunts, and I really enjoy doing apartment hunts, but this is the apartment hunt that I did before I moved into this exact apartment that I'm staying in now. I just had a lot of difficulty when it comes to finding apartments. I lived in downtown. I will just do a backstory. I lived in downtown Houston and I did not like it. So I hurried up, I broke my lease, and I moved to the Woodlands. That's where I lived last. And then once I started getting comfortable here because I moved from Wisconsin, then I decided to move back to the city because I found that there are safe areas in the city that I feel like fit my vibe and what I'm trying to going for when I'm paying rent to live in the city, because rent is not cheap. We know this. We know rent is not cheap, okay? So I decided to do an apartment hunt, and this video I have 3 apartments that I did, and then I'm gonna do another one that has 4. I have probably seen almost every single apartment in Houston. I'm not gonna lie. I will go to an apartment hunt. I like it. It should be my hobby in the free time, all of that good stuff. So I figured I'd bring you guys along to show you things that I found that I did not pick, but when I do leave this apartment, I will link it down or do a video. Hopefully I do a furnished apartment tour. If I don't do a furnished apartment tour, then I'll do an empty apartment tour before I leave. Just, I don't stay at my apartments usually longer than a year. That's just how it works for me. That's just how it goes. So I'm always on the hunt for something new. So these 2 videos that are going to come up that are the apartment hunt are going to be ones that I did a couple of months ago, because I moved to this one in, I think, September. So this footage is kind of old. So don't get me if the specials are not all the way 100%. I'm just trying to give you an idea of places that you can move in Houston that I thought were a good fit. So that's pretty much all that I gotta say. Just know I've been on a lot of apartment hunts, okay? A bajillion. And I love it. I like it. I even repeat some that I think that are a good fit. So I have the other videos. I'll link them throughout this video here so you can see those because they're obviously different. But let's get into these 3 apartments that I'm going to show you today. Let's get to it. All right, so I have all of my notes. I literally put on my iPad because I wrote on a piece of paper and then I left it when I was with my mom. So she just sent me a photo, but I'm gonna go through everything and we'll talk about the first apartment. I thought that I had like all of the papers still, but I guess that I don't. But I remember a lot of this stuff because a lot of these places that I showed you were ones that I was really top, like they were top contenders because I was considering actually moving there. So I remember most of the stuff, if not all. So let's just get to what we're gonna do. So the first one that I have is the Rosslyn at Garden Oaks. So honestly, guys, I applied for this apartment and did I almost sign the lease, or I did sign the lease? I think I did sign the lease. Yeah, I actually did sign this lease at the Rosslyn. I was supposed to move in August because I was just ready to leave my apartment in the Woodlands. I will leave an apartment early. Listen, I will leave it early. I will pay the fees. I will be out of there. But I ended up signing a lease for this place. I loved it. I love a brand new build. I love a brand new construction. So that is what the Rosslyn was. They tried to say that the Rosslyn is in the Heights. I don't know if we're gonna say that that's in the Heights. So now they have it on their sign, the Rosslyn at Garden Oaks. So I guess it's Garden Oaks. It's near the Heights, but it's not the Heights, if that makes sense. But they're doing good with their marketing. I actually did pick out, I think, the A4 floor plan. They had 8 weeks free when I was there. I also looked online. It looks like they still have 8 weeks free to move into an apartment. It's brand new. The amenities are crazy. The reason why I decided to pick this place, and I'll tell you why I didn't in a minute, but the reason why I decided to pick it was because of the amenities. They go crazy. Literally in one of them, they have like, you know how you have like sections when you're in Houston, you know? They literally have that outside for you and your friends, like at the bar, courtyard, whole area, like the whole shebang. And it wasn't done yet, but I saw so much potential in this place. I was like, let me be one of the first people to move into this place because I feel like that it's a good fit. So I literally signed everything. I was going back and forth between A3, A4. My leasing agent did a really good job of me going back and forth about going from an A3 to an A4 and A3 to an A4. I knew I wanted a top floor because I don't like noise above me. I have noise above me now, but this is a different building. But I don't like noise above me if I don't have to, and I don't like the first floor because I just don't feel safe about being on the first floor. And I also like the floor plan of the layout of those that had the 4th floor, because I believe the 1st and the 3rd floor had the darker interior, and then the 2nd and the 4th had the lighter interior, like the gray. So I'll show you guys when you guys see in the video, but that's just to give you a rundown. I literally was supposed to move the day prior. I ended up canceling my lease and just losing my deposit because A pro of this place is that it has gas utilities. However, I called because they were like, oh, call a few weeks before to make sure gases will be on before you move in. And I call and they're like, oh no, the gas still isn't on. And I was like, oh, well then I don't want to move in tomorrow then because my gas is not on. These people did nothing. She was like, well, I told you when you moved in that you may not have gas. False. I'm just gonna tell you now because I remember. That was not true. She said that there are certain areas that wouldn't have gas to move in, so that is not the unit that I picked. I decided to pick a unit that would have gas because why would I move into a new apartment and not be able to use all of my appliances and utilities that I actually pay for? So they weren't trying to be accommodating anyway. They said I could push out my moving date if I wanted, but I already was set in stone and literally had movers to come get my things. So I told them that I don't think that this is a good idea, only because the way that they handled the situation. Now I look online and they have absolutely wonderful reviews, which is really, really good. This is just my experience, but I would definitely guys show you the apartment because the apartment is nice. I saw so much potential there. I saw me hosting so many things there. I really, really enjoyed it. So I was a little disappointed with it, but I wanted to show you guys in case it is your fit. Maybe they have fixed their management style, but they just seemed so nice besides this one point. And I think what got me was like the tone. The tone is what got me when she was talking to me. She was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, cancel my lease now. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's what happened. But the whole thing with the Rosslyn, all in all, I enjoyed what it looked like besides that one mishap. So I don't want to ruin it for anybody else in case it is a good fit for them. So what I'm going to show you is in A3, which is one of the smaller one bedrooms. It's not the smallest, but it's one of the smallers. And A4, which I thought was absolutely perfect. It had a mudroom. It had a really big kitchen. It had a little bar area, like a little dry bar, which was so nice. It had double sinks. It had a bathtub and a shower. It had all of that stuff. The A3 only had a shower, and that's the only reason why I didn't go with that one, even though it was a lot better priced, because I like to have the option of both. I mostly take showers, but I like the option of a bath, and I'm just like that. So I needed that. The balcony, we had those two because I really like a balcony, especially for my dog, for her to get some fresh air, as well as myself. I'm gonna show you an A6, which is a little bit more angly, and then I'm gonna show you a B1, which is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, because I was like, shoot, if I'm already paying money, I might as well see if I want the big one, you know? I'm really bad at stuff like that. But like I mentioned before, there's 8 weeks free. A couple of other things that this apartment had was electric charging in case you have an electric vehicle. I was thinking about getting one, so I was like, let me see if there's electric charging there, and there was. They just said that you needed to have your own connector. They didn't have your own connector for that. So they needed that. Application fee was $75, admin fee was $175, amenity fee was $45 a month, but once you see the amenities, you're like, sure, fine, because a lot of these places, their amenity fees are crazy. And then I think it was a $300 deposit. So that's what I lost out on, but I love where I am now, so it was worth the money. I wish I didn't have to lose it, but I did, and that's okay. I probably could have fought it, but I wasn't about to go through that. Not about to do things. The only cons that I had with this place was obviously my interaction with the leasing team when it came to the day before I was supposed to move in, because I want them to take care of everything, especially with the amount of money that I was gonna pay when you guys see on the video. And then I did not love the views. All of the views that the apartment had, nothing was like giving. Like for the price, nothing was doing it. You were either facing electrical wires or you were facing like the construction zone to the side, and the only area that I actually liked was you facing the neighborhood that was behind the apartment. It gave it like a homey feel, but that was only when you were kind of put back and there wasn't a lot of sunlight. So those are just a few things just to tell you. This was a really long intro for this one, but I just wanted to give you guys a breakdown and give you all of the information that I have, because that's literally what this video is for. So I'm going to show you, maybe I do a little bit of a voiceover because I'm just looking at my computer now for you to be able to see it, and then the rest will just be a little music montage. So I'll show you this one and then we'll go to the next apartment. Let's do the Rosslyn. As you can see that the lobby is beautiful. Like the artwork that it had in this apartment just really, really made me want to move there. It felt so nice and like eclectic in a certain way, but also nice and classy. And then as you can see, the gym here, it absolutely goes nuts. They had every single machine that you could actually want to use. And then also another thing that they had was that they were having classes for free in the courtyard as well as the other room that would be instructor based, which I thought was absolutely awesome, especially to get your fitness game up. this place had so much potential. As you can see, they have 2 sinks for the grills and the bar, and then those are little areas that she was joking to me about by saying that those are little like in Houston. You guys do not have to reserve them. It was literally first come, first serve. So my friends and I were going to be out there having a good time, living it up on Sunday Fun Day. Like, you just know how it goes. And then over here they have the pool as well as another party area. They have a lot of like availability for you to host events and things like that. I'm a big hoster, so I thought that this was a perfect spot for that. But the pool was nice. They also had a couple apartments that face the pool, but I just don't like to watch people in the pool just because I feel like that's me watching people take a bath. But that's just me that's just me being me. But it has wonderful, wonderful opportunity here at the Rosslyn. Now this is the first, I guess we would say model that you would see or unit that you would see. In the front, it ended up having a little small mudroom. You can see that it's pretty spacious. This is what I mentioned, that it has the gray and the darker floors, and that would be floors 1 and 3. I also thought that this one was nice because it had a nice open layout, and those doors over there is a washer and dryer. It had the bedroom, it had the shower. I thought the closet was also a decent space, but I'll just let you take a look and just look at what A3 has to offer. Absolute favorite. Do you see that's almost 900 square feet? Like, what? Your washer and dryer is right in front. The mudroom was a lot bigger. I love the backsplash that it had with that blue. You can see that it also had the dry bar, and this one also had, I believe, a wine fridge too, which I love my wine, so there goes all of that. I had my boyfriend film for me, so there's that. But it looks really good, and the room was nice and big. I feel like that had a decent amount of light. The bathroom, this one had the double sinks, and then it had the bathtub and the shower, which I thought was nice to have the option. And then you also have the closet in there. I have a lot of stuff, and I felt like that this was a decent size to have all of my belongings. The A3's closet was a little bit bigger and also had that shelving, so that's kind of like where I like to put my bags and like my favorite shoes that are there. But we're going back into the kitchen, and you can see what it looks like. The island is huge. You can fit like 4 bar stools if you wanted to. That dry bar was going to look so nice with all of my stuff. And I guess that it doesn't have a wine fridge in here, so I misspoke. But I know one of these units does have a wine fridge. I guess it's just not this one. So here you go. This is the A4. But as you're going to see, the views are not like beautiful. It's not lovely. But I thought the apartment itself, I could make that really a home. Alright, here goes the A6. She showed me this one just because she said some people love it and some people don't love it. It's pretty angly, but I honestly didn't mind it. It was a cheaper price than the other ones. I'm not going to say cheap, but it was a lesser price than the other one. The only thing that the room was a little bit angly, so she took me to the 2-bedroom to see how someone actually put the bed and everything in there so you can get an idea. But as you can see, the bathroom's really big in there, so that's where you see a lot of the space. And then it really just has everything the same. It just has a different type of floor plan. Didn't like not like this one, but didn't end up going with this one when I did sign my lease that I broke. All right, and then as you can see, the doors are yellow, which I thought was so cute. This is the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's the B1. I really love this apartment, but I'm like, I feel like this is more for like if you're couples that are living together or just something like that. Unless you have like business that you do at home, I feel like this 2-bedroom was way too big for me. I'd literally be buying so much stuff for absolutely no reason. But this is how that room was laid out, that you could see how you could decorate the A6. They literally put nightstands, a dresser, and a bed in here. I guess it just depends on how you finagle it, is like how you can make it look great. But this one was awesome. Now this one is an A4 model, so it just showed me how you could like decorate it, because I absolutely love this unit, as I've mentioned a bajillion times before. The decorating team literally went crazy. Obviously I would have the lighter color cabinets. I don't mind the gray ones either, but I like the lighter ones. But now, since I have light cabinets now, or white cabinets, I go for the gray next time. But this one didn't have a balcony just because it was the model, but look how much natural light came in here. And then literally, I was asking who designed it, and it's in the bathroom in case you guys care who designed this whole layout. But they literally made it look so good. I want to just move in right now. I also failed to mention that at this apartment, they have an apartment that you can like have your guests stay at in case they come to visit and there's not enough space in your spot. So you're able to rent it out, which I thought was just another good perk. I think it was like an A3 layout, but your parents, your family, whatever you could do, could stay there for a fee. Alright, so I hope that was good for you guys, the Rosslyn and like the whole thing that I did it. But now we're gonna go on to Reveire at River Hollow. Now y'all, this is River Oaks, okay? Like, you know how some people are like, this is River Oaks? No, this is River Oaks. Really, really nice. I like this apartment. I went back twice for this apartment because I kept wanting to like love it. There's so many things that I love about this apartment, but ultimately the reason that I didn't go was because when I went on a tour, like not everything was like super cleanly. Like when you go to see like the little pet spa, like I guess that's just a resident who did that, but I'm like, do I want to live by people who like do that? Like there was dog hair everywhere. I'm like, I would not take my dogs there to get themselves cleaned. But the only thing for me is I thought that this place was a little bit pricey, but what you do is you pay for the River Oaks price. Like that's just what comes with the territory, which is why I looked at it so many times, because the location is elite, like elite. You're by everything. Literally everything. You want to go to the Galleria? 5 minutes away. You want to go to all these other spots like Trader Joe's, all that? Close, girl. Close. Shouldn't even say girl, but close, okay? But with the Riviera at River Hollow, they were offering 6 weeks free and a 13-month lease. They were doing that when I went to go visit the first time, and when I went to go visit the second time, and when I looked online. So that's good to know, 6 weeks free, because that kind of helps with the pricing a little bit. I think just for me, with what I was ready to pay for, with my budget that I was looking for, which was like $2,000, the place seemed just a little bit small for me, if that makes sense. But on here, there was a look and lease special that also gave you $500 off. So they're like trying to get their money down, but also I feel like keep a standard that everyone who lives there. I don't even know how to explain it, but those are the specials that they end up having. I saw that the security deposit was $175 if I'm not mistaken. Pet rent was $500 deposit, and then your actual rent was $20 for one pet, and if you had 2 pets, it was $30 a month. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you have ESA or anything like that, those fees are waived, which I do have. Another cool things that this apartment had was they would change out a light fixture for you. So they have like the light area. You can literally go to Home Depot or Home Depot, Lowe's, get yourself a light fixture, and they would install it for free for you and then take it down at the end of your lease, which I thought was cool because it really makes your house a home rather than feel like a stale apartment. And then they also would let you paint one wall. You could like pick the color and they would come and paint it, and then they would revert it back to white when it was over. But isn't that cool? Like I thought that was really cool, and I was like, yeah, it would like add a pop of color, add some character to your place that you live. I thought that the place was really, really relaxing. It had a nice little like serene courtyard area. That was really relaxing. The pool was nice. The vibe just seemed good. When I went there though, like it seemed like it was an older vibe. So when I was looking at the time, which I'm still, I feel like young now, but I'm 26 now. When I was looking, I was 25. Was that 25? Maybe I was 26 already. Listen, I sound crazy, but I think I was 26. And it just seemed like an older crowd. Everyone that I saw that was like inside the building, they were a little bit older, which is cool. So like your neighbors probably won't be loud, but I'm like, what if I play my music and then they go call on me? You know what I mean? I just want to listen to somebody. So there was that. And then when I also called, they told me that it was a really big Frenchie community, which I thought was so cool because I have a Frenchie and now I have pretty much two. So I thought that that was really, really cool because I'm like, all the Frenchies can like hang out together. But when I went, I didn't see one Frenchie, but I'm like, maybe they were all inside of their house, you know? Because that was a selling tool for me. I was like, a Frenchie? Oh my goodness, I love that. Also, another thing is the inside for me, I saw it was a little bit of an older finish. It wasn't bad. I don't know when the Reveire was made, but it wasn't a new build. It's kind of hard to go to like a new construction and see all the nice woo woo woo, but this gave classy. It just gave a little bit of a different finish than the other. You'll see the inside of like the cabinets and stuff once you see the video. What I loved in here, the gym went crazy. The views, there's like no excuse not to go to the gym because the views are insane. And I don't know if I got it, but they had an outdoors area that was outside the gym that like had fire pits and stuff. And it was the whole view of the city. Like it's just what you look for when you're looking for a luxury Houston apartment. Like that was just beautiful. You don't want to look at power lines. You want to see the view. It was so nice. And they also had a little dry cleaning area that you could drop off your dry cleaning and then they would bring it back. I think they were sponsored by Tide. Tell me that's not cool. Like all your stuff that can't go get dried and stuff, like my Lululemon jacket here, boom, give it to the dry cleaning and you were good to go. I really felt like it was in a really good area. Felt like everyone could walk around. I think I went like on a weekday and a weekend and the vibes just seemed good. So if this is something that's interested to you, I'm gonna show you guys the little video and do a little bit of a montage, but I'm showing you a studio because I actually went to go look with my friend because she was thinking about moving here too. So we looked at a studio because she doesn't need a lot of space. It's just her and cats. It's different when you like have a dog. And then looking at an A1, which is pretty much a studio, doggone the same square footage almost. And then a B1, which they always say is their most popular model. The layout was really cool. I just didn't know how I feel about the kitchen, but you will see when I show you the video. So let's get to it, and the prices and the square footage is all listed down too. So let's look at Reveire at River Oaks. All right, so I'm starting out with the amenities because I always feel like that is the best so you can see what you have. There goes the pool. I thought that it was so nice. And then we're gonna turn around and go to the courtyard. The courtyard looks so relaxing. And just to mention, I have two different like leasing agents when I went. So I got two different vibes when I was touring twice. I was really excited about, but look at all that hair on the floor. I was like, what? Who would do that? Have some decorum. But there's that. All right, so this is for all my active folks. They have a bike room that you can pop your bike in, which I thought was cool. So here's the lounge and all of that good stuff. Doesn't it give you like a library feel? I feel like this makes me feel so good and like I'm gonna go read a book and do all of that good stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. It just gives classy and nice. And then you'll see the gym. The gym is beautiful with the floor to ceiling windows. And then the conference room, they also have that as well. And you're able to like rent it out in case you have like a family reunion or something, which I thought was cool. And you can have like certain sections of the lounge, which I thought was really nice. Here goes the studio. Honestly, this was pretty decently priced because think about it, if you get the 6 weeks free on a 13-month lease, like you're in there like swimwear. I thought that it was good. It was just a little bit small for me and for all the stuff that I have because I got a lot of stuff, but it's nice. Here goes the A1. This closet was a little bit bigger. I think it was about 100 square feet bigger. I like this, what is it? The cabinet and the countertop for this one. It just depended on the floor again. I can't remember exactly. But here goes the A1. It's nice, a little small as well, but I feel like it gets the job done. You mostly pay for the area, which is nice. Okay, now we're going to the B1. Even though it says B1, it's still a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. This is the one every single leasing agent was like, this is everybody's favorite. I think it's everybody's favorite just because it's decorated. The floor plan was nice though. It kind of gave like a home kind of condo or townhome kind of feel. There was a desk area. There was a kitchen kind of off to the side, which I feel like you don't see often in apartments. The room was a decent size as well as the bathroom. I just thought that I think it was going for, when I was looking, like $2,300. I thought that was just a little bit of a lot, even though there was 6 weeks free. But obviously the decision is yours. But I thought that they decorated really nice and it looks good. So if you got the money, you might as well spend it. So that was Reveire at River Hollow. I want you guys to let me know down below, out of these three, like what one was your favorite one that you feel like you would move in, considering everything. But now I'm going to show you that East Bend, location elite. Like literally, this is why I titled this video sought after locations in Houston, or however I'm gonna label it, because it's really by MKT. Like, that is your view, is MKT. If you guys know, Blue Sushi's over there. They have like a boxing ring over there. La La Land's over there. Literally, it's like the spot to be. So I had to go see it because I really like the Heights. Like River Oaks and the Heights were like somewhere where I wanted to live. So that's why I looked at it. But East Bend, they had a lot of nice things. The gym here, y'all, it's a 2-story gym. How many apartments you know have 2-story gyms? 2-story gyms. I thought that was insane. It had a large and small dog park, which is good because you know not all the dogs always get along. Only thing is this was another place that was a new construction, so things were still being finished and built and not a lot of people were in there. So I believe that they had a really good leasing special, which I wrote down was 8 weeks free, and I'm pretty sure that was correct. Just a few cons that I feel like they had so many layouts, I was getting overwhelmed. And because I looked at so many layouts, of course, the one that I thought that was the best was the most expensive one. So I went outside of my budget because that one was like $23.75. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Like, I pay a lot of rent now. I'm not even gonna hold you, which mine is close to that. But no, I didn't need that. But that's what I looked at. I really liked the A10. I thought that was the best. That was almost 900 square feet. I was just doing the most with the space. If I was realistic, I would have done like an A4. That one was going for like $1,995 to $2,100, and then you get the 8 weeks free. So I think that they were letting you self-prorate, which is nice. No, I don't know if they were self-prorating. I think that they were doing the proration for you, which was nice, and it could be during your whole lease. I don't know if they're still doing that, but the guy was making an exception for me just because they were trying to get people in here, y'all. They really were trying to get people in here. So I looked at all of the 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I looked at an A1, A4, A3, A5D, and an A10. The only one that I wasn't able to find the square footage and the price was the A5D, just because those were all gone on their website when I looked last week. The only con, I didn't love the pool. And I also didn't like that because it's in such a sought after neighborhood, they are making you pay, your guests have to pay when they come visit you, $15 a day. Let's say you have like your bookie over or something for the weekend and like they're there for 3 days. $45 like when you live there? I thought was crazy. And he kept saying that they were doing it just so they can kind of like keep the traffic out of their garage, or like if they do pay, because it is across the street from MKT. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, $15 a day? That is robbery. I thought that was robbery. But I will show you that. I think the application fee was $70, deposit was $250, pet rent was $25 a month, and then it was like a one-time fee for pets of $250. But like I mentioned before, if you have the ESA thing, you are good to go. I also think that I asked all of these places if there was any healthcare discounts because I work in the medical field. I'm a nurse, if you guys don't usually watch my channel. And I think that a lot of these ones were saying like they'd waive the admin and the app fee or something like that. So it doesn't hurt to ask to see if like you're in a certain specialty, if they will waive your fees for you. But East Bend, I thought that it was nice. It just wasn't for me, but I love the location. So check it out, see if it is good for you. But there were some good gems in here. The gym was a good gem in this whole apartment. Literally went crazy in the location. You could walk across the street, but then your guests have to pay $15 a day. So just keep that in mind. Let's go to East Bend and let's do a nice little voiceover. I feel like these places have been doing such a good job when it comes to their decor. I just feel like the lobby was nice and airy, and look at all the sitting spots that you can literally do if you work from home or if you just want to like get out of your apartment for a bit. They have a conference room. They just literally had everything. East Bend, they did good with their decor. They did a good job. Okay, y'all, so this is the gym that I'm talking about. Look at just when you walk in how much open space it is. They got the little, what do they call them? Monkey bars, which I love to just like swing on after the gym. They literally have all of your areas for lifting. They have upstairs your cardio and like your like yoga room. They had it all. This was a really, really good gym. 10 out of 10. Okay, outside the gym, you could see that it's a pool area. Now, these little sections, as you could say, I didn't love compared to the Rosslyn. The Rosslyn really had me spoiled. It was giving big vibes. Now, this was okay. Didn't love it, and I really like to have those pool days in those Texas heat summers, so I was kind of passing on the pool. But the another lounge area, so nice. The decor, like I mentioned before, goes crazy. And you can also rent out this room in case you want to have an event too. But it had a lot of space, or just if you need to get a break. Look at the kitchen. Look at the, oh my gosh. I was taking so much inspo for like when I get home. You see my hand doing the mostest? Yeah, that's me. Here goes the A1. This was the most affordable one that they had. I literally just went through them all. This one was nice, but I didn't love it. I also didn't love the carpet in the room. That's another reason why I pretty much passed on this place, and the washer and dryer. But if you can get over that, the amenities make up for it by 1,000. the one where if I would have been most practical with my budget, this would have been the best fit. It really had it all, everything that you needed. It had a lot of counter space, as you can see there. There goes my mom, because my mom was also helping me look. There goes the room, and the best thing that I liked about this was actually the kitchen, because I thought that they did a good job with the two-tone. I don't know if I'd love two-tone for like my home, but I thought it was cool for an apartment, and it gets the job done. Just another one just to give you some idea of another one bedroom. This was also another angly one, so I feel like all of the apartments do it these days because somebody would like the angles, but here goes the A3. The views in the last one is kind of what makes the apartment, so those had like a little bit of a premium fee because of the view. But here goes the A5. The only difference with this and the A5 was that it had a little desk area, so I thought that that was cool in case anyone works from home, but it kind of was like tucked off in the corner, so just keep that in mind too. Let's just talk about how the leasing agent for me was so patient, because this was my 5th apartment that I looked at. I just wanted to see all of the options, because when they're new builds, you know that there's so many options that you can choose from, and sometimes I get overwhelmed. But this was, I thought, the best one if I was going to do it. Look how big the room was. It's way bigger than all of the other ones. This also had 2 closets, so I thought that it was a win because of how much stuff I have. That's probably mostly the reason why I picked it, let's be honest here. But it was really big. I loved the kitchen. I liked the 2 sinks. I just thought it was really, really nice. Alright guys, so this is the end of this video. I really want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you got a lot of information out of this video, and maybe one of these apartments are a good fit for you. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Comment down below other videos, or if you want to see another apartment tour from me. I have it in the works, but it would be nice to know like if people actually want to see it. And then what else? Subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more content. I do nursing content, lifestyle content, and then pretty much apartment hunts. I'm literally going to add that as part of my thing that I do because I thoroughly enjoy doing it. I really hope that this helped somebody. I hope the information was good for you. So let me know your favorite apartment. We have the Rosslyn at Garden Oaks, the Reveire at River Hollow, and then we have East Bend. So we have the Heights and then we have River Oaks too. So be on the lookout for the other video that I have 4 more apartments to show you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful, blessed week, and I will see you guys later. Bye, beautiful.